Welcome once again to Living on Purpose. My name is Fola Daniel Adelesi, and today I want to tell you that resources respond to imaginations. Resources respond to imaginations. Sometimes many people act as if they have nothing. Many people say they have nothing, and they also act that way. They keep saying, look, I want to do this, but I don't have the money. I need to do that, but I don't have the money. This thing is so important, but I don't have the money. And because they keep saying to themselves that they don't have the resources, they don't have money, they don't have the people, they don't know anyone, they keep stalling on many of the things that they are supposed to do. They don't realize that resources often respond to imaginations. If you don't work out your imaginations, you may not have resources responding to those imaginations. You need to respond to your own imaginations first before you can get other people to respond to your imaginations. What steps have you taken since you came up with those ideas? How have you shown other people, or how have you demonstrated that you believe, first of all, in the ideas that you're asking them to believe in? If you want people to believe in your ideas, you need to prove that you believe in those ideas. You need to show us that this is something that you're confident you can work on for a long time. There are some people who believe in your idea and they're just waiting for you to also demonstrate the fact that you believe in this idea. Don't just tell us that it's something that is good. Don't just tell us that these ideas will work. Don't just come to us and say, look, it's a great thing. If you do this, this is going to work. But after telling us about the beautiful ideas, the imaginations that you have, what steps have you taken? That's why if you take a good look at startups, you realize that many venture capitalists or many investors do not invest in organizations or businesses that have not started. They want to see what you have done. They want to see your track record. They want to see you prove that you believe in this idea yourself, and they want to see your results. So even if they believe in what you're talking about, the question is, how have you demonstrated that you don't only know what you're talking about, but that you believe in this thing that you're talking about? It's your proven track record that you can actually use to demonstrate to them that you believe it. Now, why did I say that resources respond to imagination? It is true that if you don't imagine certain things, people will not even come around and say, okay, we're going to give you these resources, or the resources to execute certain things will not come up. It's until you begin to imagine them and begin to work at them. It's not only imagining, you imagine and you work at them. And as soon as you start imagining and you work at them, you will see the resources flowing in your directions. I've been in some situations where I thought about some of the things I needed to do, and I thought it was too expensive, and I didn't start some of those things. For a long time, I would say to myself, it's not yet time, it's not yet time, it's not yet time. And the reason I kept saying that it's not yet time is because I was thinking about the possibility of raising the resources needed to execute some of those things. But I found out something. The things that I decided to start in a small way, before I knew it, resources started flowing in. Why? I took the action, I acted on those ideas, and the moment I acted on those ideas, from nowhere, in some cases, I can confidently say from nowhere, the resources started flowing in. And for some other things, I just realized that I didn't even need as much as I thought I needed. There were also cases where I found out that it's as if people were waiting for me to get started. They knew what I could do. They believed in it, but they were just waiting for me to get started. And the moment I got started with my own ideas, the resources started flowing. If you keep waiting and hoping that somebody is going to do something for you, or that people will put resources down before you begin to do what you need to do, you would waste a lot of time. But when you get started and show that you understand this dream, this idea, this business, this concept, this proposal that you're working on, you'll be surprised at how many people will come on board, or how people would say, we like you, we love what you're doing, we're going to be part of it, either as partners, as sponsors, as friends, doing word of mouth. But there's something that you need to remember today. Resources respond to ideas that you act upon. If you just have the ideas and you're just keeping them somewhere, nobody even knows that you have the idea. The next day, somebody very close to you can even get started on the idea.
then you start fighting the person, believing that the person saw your idea and the person never saw your idea. So it's important that you know that you don't have to wait for resources before you get started. Get started with your ideas and the resources will begin to respond to your ideas. Remember, what I've just said is simple. If you have an idea and you don't get started, you'll be wasting time. You wouldn't even know how much you can possibly achieve. Go and talk to people who have done so much with their lives today, and many of them will tell you one thing confidently: they had no idea how big these things were going to become until they got started. You also have no idea how big your ideas will be until you get started. So I implore you today, get started and just believe that resources will respond to the actions that you have taken on your ideas. Head on now to www.foladanielspeaks.com, or you check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks. Thank you.